Northern Ireland, the border had fallen off the news, which is a wonderful thing, thanks to the great work of people like John Hume. Then it became interesting for me because in Belfast, either side of the Peacefold is what separates the Shankill and the Falls Road in Belfast. There was still that fear of each other. There was that, what I experienced 20 years ago, in the sense of people being scared of each other or thinking they were different from somebody else was still there. So and also nobody was really photographing it then. It was like off the card. So that's when I kind of started. And so I photographed the youth night and day over 5 years actually on regular visits, and wanted the project to be about youth culture, not unionist youth culture, not nationalist youth culture, people who were Adidas or Nike, people, their music, the music about them, their potential, their hopes and dreams, to see past any associated ideas. Like normally if a kid says, I'm from Shankill, people go, oh, you're this type of person. I'm from Falls. Oh, you're that person. Again, doesn't matter. People make their minds up before they've even got to know the person. There's so much more to any person than our name, where we're from, things we picked up along the way, beliefs. There's so much more to all of us, and that's what this project was about, was focusing on those things that connect us, our inner selves, the journeys where we all share, our searches for love, our disappointments, our sorrows, our joy. That's what unifies us, and that's what this project is about. Working with Max has been an incredible experience and journey. It's something I've always wanted to do. And this is the first time I was able to bring in the other media, like used in cinema, the media of sound. Max's work is all about creating a greater understanding of humanity, of people. And my work is about that. It's about focusing on the quietness, the shared experiences we all have. And so utilising Max's music with the visual, it harnessed the idea I was trying to make with the work from the very beginning. The exhibition, it surpassed some of my dreams with Max's music, because it just brought it somewhere I never dreamt it would be, and it touches all the feelings that I felt whilst in Belfast. It touches the journey I was on, and I think this brings the viewer closer to the journey I experienced and hope to create within the exhibition. You spend so much time on doing this, and being on the fires and night and day, literally through the night, and getting to know people, and then hoping that you'll have the possibility to make a photograph. So whenever you do, it really is an incredible experience, and it's what I encourage everybody who does photography, or particularly students. Your camera gives you an entrance into a world that you never would have had without saying, "Hi, my name's Enda, I'd like to do a project." So you can get to know people you never would have done without the vehicle of a camera. And so that enabled me to meet all these people, and I'm in touch with them like Rocket there. Just texted me yesterday, say, "Yeah, when are you coming up next? We can go for a beer." But everyone's important. But suppose where I had the most the most recent pictures were when I had the most incredible experiences in the sense of personal ones. One was the picture of Neil on top of a bonfire, which was 2 years ago. It was one of the last pictures I did, and it was the first time I'd actually been on top of a bonfire, and that was like 30 meters up. And they said, "Do you want to go up?" And I just thought, okay, yeah, let's do this. And I'm not very good at heights, and it was pretty rocky on the top. But we're up on top, and we're overlooking Belfast, and we were just friends. This is a bonfire on the Shankill, and here's me, and we are having an amazing time. And that's where I did this picture of Neil, which was the run-up to Taylor Weston last year. And so many people really seemed to engage with that picture and like it. But once I took it, I thought, this can't get any better. It's hard to end a project, but I thought this might be the end. I can't imagine it. We've crossed it's been such a journey. The first time I went there, I had stones thrown at me. Here I am now on top of a fire. We're having a good time, and it's a really beautiful experience. And I think that probably was, really special. And the other one was this lovely girl. That was the second last picture I took, actually. And again, just looking at her, into her eyes, she had no judgment of me, I had no judgment of her. We were just making a portrait with trust, and our family, we were all trust each other, and it was just a moment of no judgment. Trying to make things that aren't said visual, that was always been my journey. And then I just saw a few films. I suppose number one that really changed things was Ratcatcher by Lynn Ramsey, which is this beautiful, stunning film I'd urge everyone to watch, even though it's well over 20 years now, about this young lad, a lot of internal stuff going on. It was beautiful, exquisite photography. It was this emotional journey with incredible sounds. A lot of it, his internal struggling was brought through by the photography, and I just thought, that's what I want to do with if I can try and do that with a still, to get that feeling, it actually frustrated me so much now when I watch films. I want to get that into the photography. I want to have that change in emotion, that feeling, that's brought by music though, and dialogue and voice into prints. And I guess then I decided I want to work in long narratives, because and books, because that's the closest thing I can get to a film. So all the pictures are working as one. It's not about one. None of the projects are about one picture. It's the feeling, the concentrated feeling that's within all of them, to harness the idea that I have. Like a director might start a film, the project is about this, I need to focus on this. I was very fortunate to work with one of my all-time favourite directors, Lenny Abrahamson, recently on the amazing drama Normal People, which was just all, it was about that. It was a dream job. It was the most amazing job I've ever worked on. It's just such a beautiful journey for me to see someone so brilliant as Lenny Abrahamson working, directing, the nuances of the amazing actors Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar-Jones, the cinematographers, Susie and Kate, seeing them operate and channeling all those feelings into Sally Rooney's incredible story. So it was amazing from looking at films from when I was 20, always kind of been so frustrated that I'm not doing them in a way, because I love the journey, the expression of emotions. To finally be working in them now, it's a real dream. I used to shoot everything large format. I started out 35mm, then all my 20s everything was on 5.4. And with 5.4 obviously you make the picture in your mind before you get the camera out of the bag. It's just too big to get out. So you focus, you know the picture, you get the camera out and it becomes exactly what you thought about. And then when I developed into the sort of projects I'm doing now, they're off tripod, I'm using a medium form, but I have that same concentration. So when I see that they're not grab pictures, although I'm trying to bring real people from real time into a kind of a set-up picture, I would see the person, and I'd build the picture in my mind before I even talk to them that I want to make, and then hope they'll engage me and let me do it. And then you have a condensed, maybe a minute before they might just change their minds or lose interest. So I tend to do 10 frames, but the thing is, the difference is I'm totally concentrated. I know what I want the picture to be before I take the camera up, and then just work on the quiet nuances with the person in a very concentrated time. The colours I like to get are achievable in the darkroom, not in a digital printing technique. And I know lots of people argue about that, but I've really developed both, and I print with both. And so the process of being in the darkroom gives me the subtleties that I like, and the things I can do. Like, I like to shoot in bright sunlight, but I know when I'm shooting it, I can bring things back in through the process of pre-flashing in the darkroom and controlling my contrast, but working within the parameters of analog. In the printing, I'm still fine-tuning that emotive quality through the printing. You're getting a certain tone on it that goes right back to when you took the picture and your intention for the whole project. You're just finessing the bit so the viewer can hopefully respond to the whole picture. The four corners are the stories, and it isn't a portrait per se just of the person, it's the whole space is the portrait. So you're trying to focus those feelings in the finished print.